Do you know someone that doesn't feel like they want to go on anymore? They just say those words like, I just don't want to go on anymore. I'm fed up with it. I was watching a video yesterday on TikTok and I was scrolling through and I seen this guy sitting in a car and he was basically saying it straight out. He says, I'm not going, I can't go on anymore. I haven't got it in me and just, I'm done. Like, and he sounded like genuinely pissed off and with life and just fed up. Whatever was going on in his life, he didn't mention too much about it. I was reading the comments, and all of the comments were trying to, get him to stay positive, and people wanted to meet up and help him and reach out. And there was a lot of stories there about people that had friends, partners, or relatives that were in the same situation, spoke the same way, and ended up doing something that wasn't within the best interest of everybody because they felt like they'd no hope. I understand what that feels like, to be in that state and to just not see any point in the whole thing. So I'm doing this video because I want to kind of reach out. If you're a person that's feeling like that, I know I specialize in working with men over 40, but this affects everybody and it affects all age ranges and it affects both men and women. So I want to do this video because I'm going to cover this particular topic in the podcast, and I want people to be able to understand that there is a way to get out of that feeling. Now, I'm not talking about changing the circumstances, because a lot of people are justified in it because they have genuine circumstances that are going on that nobody would understand unless you're in them. So I understand that as well. My approach to this is that there's definitely a way to get out of the feeling, and once you're out of the feeling, you can see things clearer. So I hope that in this next kind of video podcast that I do, that I'm going to give you a possibility to be able to change how you think and feel. And I'm trying to do this through video, and it's a challenge for me. And I think I can help people to start to change and shift how they feel in this situation. So I'd like you to help me out on this if you're watching this video and you can relate to it. Maybe you know somebody that's feeling like this. To give me some insight on, personally, what do you want me to talk about in the video? Like, there's a lot of subjects I can cover in it. There's a lot of ways I can reframe things and change how you think about things. But it's always better that if someone is watching this video, they're more likely to watch the podcast, because this is the lead up to the next podcast. So there's 9 podcasts on my podcast channel that talk about all of this stuff, and they give you really good resourceful ways to change how you think. And it's not like hairy-fairy fast fix stuff. It's not just practical advice, like that can be helpful sometimes, but I'm trained in changing how people perceive their life. I'm trained in changing beliefs. If you have a negative belief, I know how beliefs work and I know how to change them. And I want to try and do that at a bigger scale, because when I'm working one-to-one with people, I can literally in a short period of time, and I'm talking like minutes, have them feeling that tight feeling gone off their chest, that heavy dread. And you can hear it in their voice. Their voice starts to change and they look like they're breathing deeper and more relaxed. And I'm just taking off that heavy veil, that negative perception of life, that horrible outlook of the future, or that undefined outlook on the future. And I basically I'm able to get them to see beyond the limitations that they're in, and still see that the circumstances are still shit. But you know what? If you're showing up and you're feeling better, and you feel like you've got like not too positive, but to feel like you've got a cape on, and you're approaching that situation like it's not even a problem to you because you're feeling different, then you have a chance of leaving the world a little bit better than it was when you came into it. It's a short period of time. The reason people worry about life is because they think it's going to go on forever, but it's not. It's going to come to an end someday. That what you do between now and then is going to define how you leave the world and how you feel about yourself, and it's going to define how other people feel around you. So why not? Well, there's a short period of time left for all of us. I mean, I'm 50 now, and I've probably got another 50 years, I hope. But what I do between now and then is going to define how I leave the world. Was it better when I came into it, or did I leave people, sad and feeling a sense of loss? So either way, it's a way of thinking. Lots of people don't have a choice. I understand that, and there's certain processes that men are going through where they're just like, I fucking tried this, I tried that, and nothing's working. I'm fed up. I'm just done with it. Fuck this shit. And I'm going to try and help you to just see that there's another way to do it. So if you've got something going on in your mind that you may think that might even help other men or other people that are feeling the same way, where they're just sitting in their car and they're thinking, I just don't want to go on anymore. I'm just fed up. And when you start thinking that way, you're thinking, I can understand why people would, check out. I can understand it. When you start thinking that way, it's not good, because your mind's going to start to help you to find, reasons why that might be the best option when it's not. When you're in a better mood, you can see other options. My job is to help you to change your mood despite what's happening outside in your life, and show up and think, how can I resolve this? But resolving it in a positive state, and instead of feeling like struggling and negative, and what's the point? Because the energy that you put into what you do, if it's a negative energy, what you get out the other end is not going to be as good as if you're in a much more positive state. It's not fake. It's not faking it till you make it. It's taking control of your emotional mind and your body. It's taking control of how you think, and when what you do up here will influence what happens down here. But you can see that negative way of thinking. The body's listening to that, and that's going to set up your day and your week. And if you keep staying stuck in it, and you keep looking for answers and getting stressed out, it's going to affect how you respond to your life. So I want you to do your best to just think about how you can get me a message. I'm going to do it anyway. I'm doing the podcast anyway. I know the topics to cover. I've worked with a lot of people. I know the general stuff. But if there's something on your mind, and you can even, say that you're doing it for somebody else, just put a message in the comments, or a private message, and say, look, I know you're telling me this, Paul, but here's what I'm thinking and feeling. And if I can challenge that, not in a hostile way, but get you to kind of expand on your way of thinking about that, then change will happen. It's better if you give me the stuff that's personal to you, because if you watch that, and even if it's only one person that sends me that message and I resolve something for them, then it's worth doing more than just doing a video that people just kind of listen to and take it as just a general video or a podcast, and just listen to it in the background and just let it fade away. If I'm talking to you, not everybody gets to be able to work with me one-to-one, but if I can do something on this podcast that can help one person, that's what it's all about. Then you can help somebody else. And you never know how far change can go, because if I help you to change how you think and feel, it's obviously that the people around you, how will they feel? If you're feeling better, how will other people feel around you? If you're in a negative mindset at the moment, you're probably going, oh yeah, but it doesn't really matter. You're going to think that way when you're in a negative mindset. My job is to get you out of that. So leave a message and keep your eye open for the next podcast. I hope to get it done just a little bit after the weekend. It's Friday now. I'm going to work on it over the weekend. I've got some other stuff that I have to get done here, and I'm going to try my best to record it. But if you get the message to me in the meantime, I can add in the topic. They're not like scripted podcasts. They're I keep the points, but if you throw something else in there, I'll specifically speak to that. I won't mention your name. I'll just mention that it was a comment, and I'll mention the comment, and then you can have a listen and then start to think differently about your problem and that situation that you're in, and that negative mindset that's not going to add value to anybody's life. We're not, as a friend of mine used to say, we're not here for a long time, we're here for a good time. So it doesn't last that long, life. It's short. So let's make a difference about how you leave the world, and leave it better than it was when you came into it. Send me a comment, send me a message, and keep your eye out for the next podcast.